Hey everybody, it's Tipsy Tuesday.
Who's ready for Tipsy Tuesday? What's it called when you do the chicky 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 chicky? Look how pretty!
A fun weekly show where we grab our favorite drink. Salud!
Diana!
I see, it's nice.
We take our bras off.
Somebody just wrote chicken.
And we laugh at people from around the world.
Yeah, I want some cheese and crackers. Of course I do.
Sometimes we even have guests.
So put your jammies on.
It's time for Tipsy Tuesday.
Hey everybody, it's Tipsy Tuesday. I know, look at me being on time after this morning where I had to leave early because I got the bad belly. So good evening, everybody. How are you? Bourbon Babe is here. Donna, Sandy, how is everybody? Girl, it's Tuesday. Look at me catching a Tipsy Tuesday. Tracy, hope you're feeling good. So it's Tuesday night, and I feel like today was the long. I know, who am I? You know why I'm on time? Because we have guests tonight. So I have to be on time for work whenever we have a guest. Because if I'm not, then Michelle texts me and goes, are you going to join us tonight? So there it is. So can everyone this morning say some prayers? My 6-month-old grandson has open heart surgery tomorrow. Absolutely, Terry. We will do that. So grabbing your drink now, everybody. All right. Still in bed with the flu. Val, is the flu still going around? Mm-hmm. Mooney, figure it out. Add something. It'll be fine. So I was bebopping today. I wasn't feeling, no, my stomach was not good all day. I finally had some soup about an hour ago, but it wasn't because of that. It wasn't a good belly day. Either way. So today I go to the gym, and I go to the gym with my mom, twice a week, Tuesday, Thursday, right? And at the gym, there's a little old man named Mario. Now, I think Mario's got to be like 77, 78. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen him pick up a weight in the entire time that I go. I think he goes to watch me and my mom work out. I think that's part of, he's like, I'll be back on Thursday. And he doesn't really do anything. Either way, we've been seeing him for like a year, right? So my mom, she's got to do, to exercise like Suzanne Summers when she would do the leg thing. Well, so Di's got this band around her leg, and she's sitting next to Mario, and she's doing the thing with the legs. Fine. I'm over there pumping iron. I don't know what they're talking about. All I hear is my mom saying to Mario, that's Dina. That's Dina, just saying it over and over again. It's just like two old people in a corner talking. I was like, I don't want to have anything to do with what these two old people are talking about. I wasn't paying any attention. Later on, my mom comes over. She goes, did you see Mario? I said, we all saw Mario. We all heard you and Mario talking the entire time. And you just kept screaming, that's Dina. She goes, well, that's because he kept saying, where's Dina? And I kept saying, that's Dina right there. And he goes, no, that's Tina. That's not Dina. And my mom was like, no, that's her right there. And he was like, no. Dina has the long hair. So today, because when you feel awful and you're like, what will make it feel better if I put all my hair on top of my head, right? So you just had like bad hair day. So I throw all my hair on top of my head. And my mom's like, what are you talking about? That's Dina right there. He goes, no, Dina has long hair. Tina always has her hair up. And so it was she was like, no, that's it. I said, you didn't tell him, did you? She goes, yeah, I told him that you're the same person. I said, Diana, why would you tell him that? Do you know how much fun I could have had with Mario at the gym? I'd be like, that Dina is a whore. And I would have made backstories for both people. And I would have had the best time. And it'd have been like the Parent Trap, or the two people are never in the same room at the same time. And I would have switched clothes. I think I can still do it. I think I can convince him that there are two Dianas. One's a liar. That's who was there today. And the other one's a little slutty. And I plan on making two of everybody. Now, Andrea comes to the gym sometimes. There can be two Andreas. Yeah. So just so you know, I'm working on Tina and Dina's backstory. It's like a Seinfeld episode. And this man is 78. I don't think it would take a lot. for me to convince him that there are two of me. But it was my favorite thing that happened today. So yeah. I know, Brenda. I would have had so much more fun going to the gym, just trying to figure out backstories, outfits, just come up with all the different ways. And then trash talking the other person the entire time. Like Dina is a liar and slutty. And she would have this whole other life that I could only dream of. So yeah, she has a whole thing, a different birthday. It could go so many ways. And Diana tried to ruin it. Anywho, so speaking of families, you're gonna love this next guy because I was watching one of his clips about his mom, and I can't wait to talk about his mom with him. Because I'm not sure if they love each other. He wants to kill her like I'm going to kill my mom. Either way, maybe he has an alter ego. Let me introduce you to one of them. Here we go. Our next comedian that's going to be joining me at the Vail Comedy Festival is Travis Stevenson. He is a fast rising stand-up comedian from East Tennessee. That's the first East Tennessee person we have. He's performed all over the country. He's shared the stage with many top comedians, recently opening for Mark Normand. He draws inspiration from growing up in the middle of nowhere, Appalachia, to deliver fast-paced comedy, hilarious stories, and social commentary, all while trying to shake the stigma of growing up poor. He was named Best of the Fest at the Rubber City Comedy Festival, Blue Ridge Comedy Festival, and Laugh Out Loveland. And you can see him this Memorial Day weekend. Where? At the Vail Comedy Festival with me in Vail, Colorado. Please help me welcome to the show, Travis Stevenson.
Woo! Yes. What an intro. Thank you.
It is. You have a lot of fun stuff in here. So middle of nowhere, Appalachia is Tennessee. Is that it?
No, technically, it's Southwest Virginia. So it's a little place called Bandy, Virginia, coal mining town. But even though it's in Virginia, it was only like 10, 20 minutes from Tennessee. It's closer to Tennessee, West Virginia, Kentucky, and North Carolina than it is any major city in Virginia. So.
Really? I was going to say, does everybody's accent kind of sound the same? Or like, could you tell that you can tell the difference if you're in each of those states?
Well, no, like they all start kind of running together, but like the East Kentucky accent is a little effeminate sometimes. And like they say co instead of cold. Like the one that really gives away the Eastern Kentucky is like the ode, like told becomes toad. Like I told her not to go outside without a sweater. It's code. Her shoulders is going to get code. And where I'm from, we've got like the worst accent. It's like a real big glottal thing. So everyone just sounds real dumb. Like if I'm on the phone with like my mother-in-law or something, she's like, no, stop, don't. Anytime you hit a vowel, that thing drags out for a mile.
All of it. Yeah. All of it. You're really good at accents.
Am I?
Yeah.
Well, I grew up around these. I can do these accents. I don't know if I could do. I don't.
Can you speak without an accent?
I've tried to lose it just for like job opportunities when I was younger, because like that is kind of a stigma. They're like they'll kind of hold that against you if you sound real country or real Southern. Like they don't exactly want to give you the corporate job.
No. So I was doing a commercial once. It was for like some Dove soap or something. And I was there, and Travis, all I had to say was, you just add water. That's all I had to say. And so I was like, you just add water. And they were like, right? And they're not allowed to talk to you. They have to talk to the director. So you see them with, and he goes, Dean, let's try it one more time. But it's just add water. I go, got it. Just add water. And he's like, okay, so you're saying it. And I go, what would you like me to change? He was like, the word water. I go, that's what I'm saying water. And he was like, okay, listen, you're saying it. And we went back and forth. And then I was like, all right, hold on. Water, get ready. Water. And you just add water. And okay. And I just couldn't. I was like, I didn't know there was a difference.
Is that like, I know some people say that over in like Baltimore and such. And then
Philly, Jersey. Philly? Yeah.
Oh, so you're an East Coast lady.
I'm an East Coast gal. Yeah. And we have a similar, here's what I learned. So many moons ago, Travis, I might have been Miss New Jersey and went to Miss America. Here's what I learned. You can go to Miss America with a Southern drawl and you are adorable.
You're the belle of the ball.
Lovely belle of the ball. But you cannot go on, how you doing? How you going to go to Miss America? You can't do that. So
Yeah,
I
but
had to work with a dialect coach, and she was like, "You have to slow down. You have to open your mouth." Like it was like a lot for me
I
to learn.
want world peace.
Yeah, I want world peace. Like it just that was a little more southern than
We
I.
had my sister-in-law. She was a pageant. She was a big pageant kid. But like the last one she was in was the Miss Greater something other. But they had to wear like coal mining hats, but they were festive neon colors because it was like a coal mine themed beauty pageant. It was something else.
Coal mine themed beauty
I
pageant.
don't know if it was themed, but all the girls had to wear hard hats with lights, and they were like neon pink and green and yellow.
Huh.
And it's always like the Miss Grader who gives a crap, you know? It's never like a real contest, but man,
Huh. Now, are you married, Travis?
I am married. I've been married essentially to my high school sweetheart. We met when I was 19, and we've been together ever since.
You said essentially my high school sweet.
Yeah, I met her right after high school. We went to the same high school, but she was a year younger than me, so.
Okay. All right. And that's it? She captured your heart, and that's it.
Yeah, I can't get rid of her. No, she's the only person that'll put up with me. And like, I know it's not necessarily trendy to be in a codependent relationship, but I want to spend all my time with her. She wants to spend all my time with me, and it just works. We have all the same hobbies. If I like when I started doing comedy, like that's a big ask to say like, hey, you want to come out and watch me tell the same jokes? Like most people, most spouses and couples, they'd be beating their head off the wall if they had to listen to the same set or go to open mics or whatever. But she loves it, and she likes hanging out, and it's like a cool little community for us. So she comes with me.
I was going to say, is she going to come to Vail?
Yeah.
Oh, good. It's
we
so
use
funny.
these like festivals and like touring as just like a fun way to travel.
That's awesome.
Because like you're only going to be performing for at most an hour at night. So the rest of the time we're there, we take in the sights and get to see some stuff that we didn't growing up. So.
Yeah, that's so nice. So, so as we were chatting before with sexy producer Michelle, and she was like, "I love that you talk so much about this idea of just kind of breaking these stereotypes of how you grew up." So, tell everybody a little bit about that story.
Well, it's just essentially where I grew up. That's why I kind of tried to lose the accent as well. Like the stereotype is that we're all dumb, we're poor, even like inbred gets thrown around. So like you have to spend a lot of time being like, no, I'm not. I'm progressive. I'm somewhat educated. Like I've got some good ideas. Like, and just because we're from an area that is, doesn't typically produce a lot, that doesn't mean that everyone there is the stereotype. So
yeah. Well, that's lovely. Well, I loved. So I went on your Instagram, of course, and the first clip I saw was your mom and the switch. You want to tell everybody?
Oh, the bit about cutting a switch. That's something that's fun for me right now because Gen Z has no idea what I'm talking about. If you,
I didn't know what you were talking about. I was like, "What's cut a switch mean?"
Okay, so cutting a switch or picking a switch is like your mom. Whenever you did something wrong, they would make you go outside and bring back a switch, which is just like a small twig off of a tree, and they would use that to spank you. And that was like the whole part of the punishment was just the selecting of the switch because you had to go out there and you had to get one.
Pick the smallest possible one.
No, they would send you back. They would either send you back or they would use it because the smaller ones are the ones that are whippy, so they actually sting the most. Those actually hurt. Like if you get just a regular switch and they like lightly tab you with it, it's mostly just scary. But this sounds terrible to say out loud. But cutting a switch is if you've got a willow tree, they have to give you a knife because you can't break the limb. So you go and you cut the knife off or the limb off of the tree, you bring it back. And then, mom would use that to teach me a lesson. And the joke is, no matter how many lessons she taught me, I never learned that I could have just kept the knife. They'd just be like, oops, it looks like you're about to switch to a knife fight, dumbass.
So are you pretty close with your mom when what does she think about you talking about her on stage?
She loves it. She loves it. My mom is a different animal altogether. I don't know where she's from. I think she's an alien. She is like this wild, the way she dresses, like she wears furry cut off gloves, so much turquoise it would make like she works at a flea market now. Like she had collected so much like antiques and stuff that she's like, I've got to do something with this. So she opened up what is essentially like a flea market store to sell her antiques, and she's the happiest she's ever been in her entire life.
Wow.
She loves and she's so excited to tell me about all the weird stuff she gets. Like she collects anything kooky, like shrunken heads or like weird. She just gave me some sort of goofy Egyptian sword that I think could just be like some sort of a Temu letter opener or something. But she got me a Native American flute for my birthday, and I'm just like, I've got so much weird stuff. And whenever you get a gift from her, like whenever my wife got introduced to the family, she'd give her a gift, and she's like, what am I supposed to do with this? Because it's always just the most off-the-wall weird stuff. But
That's so funny. Now, do you have siblings?
I do. I have a couple brothers.
Really?
And, yep.
And did your mom say, I always knew he was the funny one? Does she say that?
No.
Neither did my mom. My mom would say, the funny one is my sister Michelle. Dina was real quiet. I was really quiet when I was growing up.
I mean, I guess we're all funny. And out of the three, she would never say that I was funny, but like stand up would be a career she would see for me or anything. Yeah. And whenever she gets to watch my stand up, she's always got notes. She's very critical. She's like, you got to stop laughing at your own jokes.
That's my favorite.
I laugh when the audience makes me laugh. I don't laugh at my own jokes.
Yeah, it's funny. It doesn't happen often, but sometimes their reaction just makes me laugh. But yeah, we're not supposed to do that.
And now she's getting into it. She's calling me and she's like, hey, do you think you could use this? And she's trying to give me bits.
Oh, that's
very sweet.
Nice. That's so nice.
She doesn't realize she's got so much material that I could use, but it's tricky. Like I can make fun of my dad until the cows come home, and people love it. Right. As soon as you start talking about your mom, people are like, tread lightly, be careful.
Watch it. I know. So my kids were very young when I started doing stand-up. So I started doing stand-up right after my daughter was born. She'll be 23. And so I have made a career, Travis, of just making fun of my children. I was like, if this is what we're going to be, just when they were toddlers, and still maybe now. And now my kids live in Brooklyn and my daughter's doing a lot of stand-up. And I went to see one of her shows, and it was in like a little flea market shop like your mom has, right? And so there's people just jammed in, and I'm all the way in the back. And so I'm trying to make my way through the crowd so I can get a picture, because I'm so proud, right? So I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't want to, it's my daughter. I just want to take a picture. So I'm just trying. So I told everybody in the back, this is my daughter, right? So I get up to the middle where I can get a good shot. And then all of a sudden she starts on a bit about me. And then she starts saying some trash talk, Travis, that clearly wasn't true. Now everybody's looking at me. They're like, is this you? I'm like, this is a lie. These are lies. And now I'm in the audience. I'm like, this never happened. She should not talk about it. It was just so funny. People are like, I don't know. It kind of seems true. I'm like, it's not though. It's not true. And it was so funny.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, how dare you talk about your mother? She's like, you've been trashing me for 23 years. I was like, that was for work.
It was for work, sweetie. This is what
That's how we had food on the table. That's what mommy had to do. So it is. It's funny.
That's crazy that you guys are both stand-ups.
I know. It is very funny. Well, so right now, Travis, we were touring. My son or daughter were opening for me. So they were doing 10 minutes of fun. I would do like an hour. And then my mom would headline with a tight 5. And she wears sparkly shoes, and she kills. So yeah, she's very funny.
So daughters don't typically listen to their moms. Like whenever you're giving her notes on bits, is she doesn't take the advice?
Well, you know what's funny, Travis, is all her friends know that I'm a stand-up. They've seen me. So if I'm talking to one of their friends, I'm like, hey, you should try this. This would be fun. They're like writing it down. I'm like, Jacqueline, do you think? Okay, I'll tell you later. Just nothing to do with me. So this one night, Travis, I go see her. She's playing this theater in Delaware. And the feature was a girl from Philly that I didn't know. I don't play local a lot, so I don't know this woman, but she's funny. And so after the show, Jack was like, Mom, that girl was so funny. I go, she was funny. It was a good show. And she goes, Mom, she gave me the best advice. It was the best advice. You just everything she said was so on point. And I was like, well, that was good. I'm glad that she was kind to you. And so we're walking to the parking lot, and Travis, she is laying it on thick. She's like, Mom, I just think that what she told me was just so life-changing. I really just have a different perspective. And she's going on, and I go, you know what, Jacqueline, thank God you have someone to look up to, someone female and funny. I'm just glad that God was able to give you somebody. Slam the door.
Maybe she could be a mentor.
Yeah, you needed a mentor because you didn't have one. But cool, yeah, no, glad. So, but it's
that's awesome. I don't know if I would take advice from my mom, but I would love to have. There's not the scene where I'm at is very thin, so there's finding mentors or people you can talk to about comedy is you're pretty much on an island, so you just got to figure it out on your own.
are there many women out in your area?
Yeah, there's a ton of like really funny comics, but that are female. But the problem is like where there's so few female comedians where I'm at, if they're even a little bit funny, it's like they like take off, and then we can't get it. Like Amber Autry, she's in Nashville, and she's great, but she's just like blowing up. So
Yeah.
she was someone I could do shows with, and now it's like, oh, we can't afford her.
Yeah. And I think sometimes that's hard. I mean, I same thing. Like, well, I would get calls. So like, we would love to have you on the show. I'm like, okay, I would love that. They're like, we need a girl. And I was like, and so, yeah, there were some opportunities that moved quicker because they were like, we would like a girl. Other opportunities like, you're never going to work our club. We're not going to headline a woman. So it goes both ways. But in some ways, because it happens and they move quickly, sometimes you don't get enough experience under your belt, and then you're put in situations that you're not ready for. And then you might not do well. And people are like, see, girls aren't funny. And you're like, that's not, so there's good points and bad points to all of it. And so, you gotta, so I would say to my daughter all the time, I'm like, take your hits now, take your hits in these little clubs, learn some lessons, because at some point you're going to get an opportunity that's a little bit above where you're ready for, and you want to be, as experienced as you can. So, so that's very cool. So now we were talking earlier about how Michelle does her deep dive on facts about Travis. So it says, you've talked about passing out on planes.
Oh, yeah.
What is that about?
So, okay, I pass out when I see blood, and I found out actually when I was in nursing school. So I was going to be a nurse for a hot second, because I was like, oh, this would be a fun way to like hurry up and get through school and start making money. Because I was like, you don't have to go to school for like a couple of years. Yeah. And then I was in clinicals. I got scholarships for it. I didn't have to pay for anything. And then I found out I pass out when I see blood. So I'm like, all right, well, new career choice. And then it's not just whenever you see blood. It's anytime your body feels like it's under distress. They call it an evolutionary defense mechanism, but it sounds like I would like a refund.
It doesn't sound very defensive. I'm going to be honest. It sounds...
Yeah, my go-to move is to just take a nap and then sometimes piss my pants. And nobody ever passes out cute either. It's not like the movies where like the girls are like, oh, heavens to Betsy. It's like, no, I fall down. My ass crack is out for some reason. And like, it's never flattering.
Did you just say heavens to Betsy? Because that is like such a grandmom phrase.
Yeah.
Is that a go-to phrase for you?
No, but I was just saying for like the 1950s, like, when you see the girls fainting when they see Elvis, I would imagine there was a big heavens to Betsy crowd.
You're so funny, Travis. You have such like a youthfulness about you, but like wise old man about you as well. Do people tell you that?
It's my curls.
It is. So
no, yeah, I'm going back to the 80s mullet, which I'm very insecure about still, because I used to swoop my hair to the side like a youth pastor, and all the cool kids were doing mullets, and I'm like, well, I'll try it. And I'm like, I don't feel like I fit in at all. I just feel like I look like I work on cars, dude.
How long have you had the mullet?
Like 6 months.
I like it. It works for you. It's like a good dude look.
Yeah, but then I'm also like, I've got Diva Curl in today. I haven't figured out the right product because my hair is naturally just like a curly floof ball. So to try to like maintain it, I keep trying different products, and it's just very embarrassing as a man to be going through Target and grabbing like different strawberry, milkshake creams and
That's so funny. I know I am letting my silver grow out so you can see how old I am. But same thing, I just went back to my curly hair, and I'm the same. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. This is I'm just glad I don't have like the 50-year-old tight curl. I just, with the glass, I'm not ready for that. So
no, you look great. I would just keep rocking it.
Thank you. I appreciate you. So wait, so how many times were you flying till you figured out that you pass out? Like from the
first only happened once, and it was because I was on a budget, like a Frontier flight to Denver, and it was actually on the way to a comedy festival. And the heat or the AC went out, so it got really hot.
Well, that doesn't help.
Yeah. And whenever I go to pass out, like my face gets really gray because like all the blood leaves your head, and that's what causes you to like pass out. And you get really stupid and confused, and I get really agitated. So like you feel like so sick, but then also you're very stupid, so you don't handle it well. You're like, oh, something bad's about to happen. I don't know, and I'm panicking, and there's this giant man next to me, and I'm just like, well, I don't want to pass out on him. and I don't want to throw. I don't know what's gonna happen. I know something bad's gonna happen, and then my wife's like, "Hey, I think you're gonna pass out." I'm like, "You're right." And then I just get up and I start sprinting towards the bathroom because I'm like, I don't want anybody to see me pass out because we're on Frontier, and because, like I said, I'm not thinking right now. So I'm just like, damn, if I pass out on this cheap ass flight, they're gonna try to land the plane. Everybody's gonna be mad at me. I'm like, I don't even know if we can get another flight
So
out.
you wanted to pass out in the bath. Why didn't you just stay in the seat? Because nobody would have seen that.
Because there was that giant guy next to me, and I was afraid I would fall on him. And then, like, also people could have, I don't know. Like I said, not thinking clearly. So I was like, I just got to get to the bathroom.
Did you make it to the bathroom?
Not even close.
Okay.
I was walking my way through, and then, like, the last thing that happens is you get tunnel vision. And it's just like, so I'm trying to, like, peer down the aisle, and I'm trying to walk, and I'm grabbing the seats to pull myself through. And then at one point, like, one of the seats was wet. And I was just like, what? Then I put my hand on it, and I turned to see, and, like, my hand is, like, my fingers are in a young lady's mouth. And I was just like, well, that's not how my mama taught me how to say hello, so I probably shouldn't have done that. And then I pulled my fingers out, and I tried to say sorry, but I couldn't get any words out, because what you're supposed to do when you're passing out is there's a maneuver they teach you. You squeeze your abs and your butt together as hard as you can, and it keeps you from passing. It's supposed to shoot the blood back up into your head.
Who taught you this?
Some doctor that was the same one who diagnosed me, who told me what was going on. Yeah, you're just supposed to, like, try to raise your blood pressure, and it's worked for me exactly 0 times. It does not work. It is a myth. It's horseshit.
You should stick your fingers in someone's mouth and hope for the best.
Yeah, and then I tried to say sorry, but all that came out was I was just like, "Arr!" And then so she definitely thought I was a crazy person. And then I make another, like, 5 steps. And remember, I'm trying to get into the bathroom so nobody can see me, and instead it looks like I just went to the front of the plane to, like, show and tell my disability.
What was your wife doing this whole? Was she behind you?
She actually got up and behind me afterwards. Like, she was walking behind me. I didn't know she was there. But as I fell down, like, my pants started coming down, and she was, like, there behind me. And as I got up, I was like, oh, sweetie, you came to check on me. Thank you. And she goes, no, your pants came down. It was really embarrassing. I thought you would want me to help. And I was like, well, actually, yeah, that's the right move. Good on you for that.
Well, she's a keeper.
Yeah, for sure.
First of all, Melanie said, I wish I was on that flight. It'd be like, you are. People are like, how was your flight? You are never going to guess what. This guy's hand was in my mouth.
Yeah, a mouth fingered a stranger. And then the best part is, like, I got a meat and cheese tray. Like, I thought they were going to be upset. She goes, it happens all the time. Flight attendant sat me down, and she gave me, like, a little charcuterie tray and, like, a giant canned orange juice. And I'm like, on Frontier, this is like $30. This is pretty good life hack.
Very bougie. Very
So
bougie.
if you want a little snack and you don't want to pay for it, just hit an app in the aisle and just find a young lady who doesn't look. And on the way back, that lady saw me, and I was trying to apologize to her, and I was just like, hey, I'm so sorry about that. And she goes, oh, I just wanted to make sure you were okay. I was really worried about you. I've been praying for you this whole time, and I just want to let you know that I'll keep praying for you. And I was like, isn't that sweet? I was like, if I was gonna cheat on my wife, I'm glad it was with a good Christian lady.
You're adorable, Travis. I get why you're so funny. Want to play a game?
Yeah, let's play a game.
Okay. All right. So Mother's Day is coming up. I'm sure you've got a lot of plans for your mom. Okay.
I'm going to pretend like I knew Mother's Day was coming up. Right?
Okay. It's Sunday.
Okay. Thank you so much for telling me.
I'm glad we're doing this. This is a public service now.
This is for Donna, too. She's going to be so easy to shop for.
This is called the Mother's Day quiz. And we're going to take it together, and we're going to see who has the most points.
Okay.
I have not looked at the answers. All right. Where was Mother's Day originally celebrated? It'd have to be somewhere where people like moms.
It's got to be the U.S., I feel.
I feel like it's got to be England because they are so fancy.
I don't know. I feel like this is kind of a made-up holiday. Is this not like a Hallmark holiday?
Like a Hallmark. Hallmark
makes
it up.
Yeah, I feel like people are like, we can get something.
Let's see if either of us are right. Answers. Ancient Greece.
Ancient Greece.
We're not even close. We're not even.
I think that's true.
No.
Who's fact checking that? They're all dead, and it's a dead language.
Yeah, they're like, who told you that? All right. What cake is traditionally made on Mother's Day? Well, you don't even know what it is, so you're not going to get this right. I have an answer. I'm going to let you think before I say mine.
What cake is traditionally made for Mother's
What
Day?
cake is traditionally made on Mother's Day? Come on. Think of good cakes that moms like.
It's tiramisu.
Good guess. I'm going to go with strawberry shortcake.
Okay, that is a good cake.
Right? All right, let's see what the answer is. Simnel cake? Simnel?
Simnel cake?
Simnel cake. Anybody even know what that is? All right, so
It's
far,
Little Debbie in our household. That's the official Mother's Day cake.
yeah, so far we're not doing this so well. Who founded Mother's Day in America? Hallmark.
Who founded it? Like, or who made it official? Like the president?
Yeah, I don't know.
Somebody's got to declare it as Mother's Day. I'm gonna say it was
like which president?
Carter. That feels like a Carter thing to do.
It feels like a Roosevelt. Eleanor would have done it.
You're right. That's a
Right?
good guess.
You sticking with Carter?
I'm gonna stick with Carter. I just
All
don't
right.
feel it.
Let's see. I was like, is that right? Anna Jarvis.
Oh wow.
Just a lady. Just a lady.
Well, at least it wasn't like Nike or something.
Yeah, no. So we're not doing well. Okay, here we go. The oldest recorded mother to date to conceive was how old?
Wow, that is a good piece of trivia to have. That's some good bar trivia right
All
there.
right, I'm 52 and I'm in menopause. Not that you needed to know that, but I feel like this has got to be like a kooky number.
It has to be, otherwise it wouldn't be.
It's not even possible.
But like women only have a certain amount of eggs.
No, we have millions.
Oh, I thought like you only had a certain amount, and then
Millions.
oh,
We're
okay.
born,
So as long as you don't go
you
through,
guys are like a factory. We're born with it, and then that's it. But we stop kicking them out. They just become crusty, and I guess they fall out. I don't know.
oh, okay. I thought it was like whenever you were out, you were out.
No, well,
That makes way more
no,
sense.
it's just that we don't release them anymore. I'm glad this turned into a biology lesson. We don't release them anymore. They're just up there, or scrambled. They're hot.
Well, then in that case, I'm gonna say it was a 67-year-old gal. That feels fair.
All right, you said 67. I feel like it's like The Price is Right. Like I have to go older. I'm gonna go 72. All right, here we go. So what number was this? This was question number 10. Oh, it's a new page. Hold on.
That's the craziest part, is if your 72-year-old grandmother got knocked off, and that would mean that they were still having sex.
Yeah, there's a lot. Didn't you hear that like the largest population of people with venereal diseases is the older population?
Yeah, old folks' homes.
Because they can't get pregnant. The answer is 74.
Oh, wow. You were still undershooting it. Dang.
You're under it. Can you imagine? That means
74.
when you're 6, your mom is 80. And who's changing whose diaper?
That pregnancy. Because she's 74, I feel like I'd want to, like, you're not even supposed to, like, pick up milk and groceries and that's heavy. Like, here, let me get the door for you. And then she's just like,
How old is your mom, Travis?
My mom had me, she said older, but I think that was just for the area. Because in our area, if you're not, like, on your second kid and third marriage by 14, you're a late bloomer. So
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think she was born in 62. And I was born in 90, so 28.
So she was 28 when she had you. And how old is she now? She was born in 60. Oh, I'm 72. So she's 10 years older than me. So she's 62.
You're 72?
I look great for my age, Travis. No, I'm 52. I was born in 72.
Oh, you said you're 72. I'm like, Jesus, drop the skincare routine. My Lord. You still look great for 52, but 72 would be next level.
You look amazing for 72. No,
I'm just letting my silver grow out. At 70, it's time.
No, I was born in 72 and I'm 52. So if she's born in 62, she is 62.
Nice. I should know that. I don't.
Math, but yeah.
I'm so bad with numbers and dates. Like
I wish I shouldn't have told you that. I should have been like, Tina is 72. Dina is
Dina.
You and Mario. Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. Traditionally, what is freshly baked for mothers on Mothering Sunday?
Mothering Sunday.
What is freshly baked for mothers on Mothering Sunday?
Sourdough bread, because women love sourdough.
I was gonna say a bread, but I think it's that bread that's in a ring with the egg in the middle, but that might be Easter. All right, let's see. So you're gonna go sourdough. It is bread, so we're both right.
Nice.
All right, we got one right so far. This
We're
is
killing
not
it.
good.
I think you should get the one that was 74. You were so close. I think
I
you should
was
count that
close.
as a win.
Yes. Which alcoholic spirit is also known as Mother's Ruin?
Gin.
I'm gonna go bourbon. I think it's gin.
That'd be a fancy mom.
Yeah. That's the kind of mom I want to be. It's gin. How did you know that?
I know my alcohol, dude.
Like, Tina, I don't want to brag.
That's the one that gets. It's Tipsy Tuesday. That's the one thing I know is a little bit of booze. No, it felt like something ancient. It felt like something that they would say back in old England or something.
Now, I already know the answer to this, but I want to see if you know the answer. Lorelai is the mother to Rory in which iconic TV show?
Lorelai or Laura? Is it Lorelai? That's the name.
Lorelai is the mother to Rory in which iconic TV show?
Is it a scripted TV show or is this like
It's scripted?
Oh wow!
It's been off the air for a while, but it's a big deal. I didn't watch it, but I mean,
Days
I
of
watched.
Our Lives. I have no idea.
No, Gilmore Girls.
No, definitely didn't watch that. Anything with the word "girls" in the title, unless it was like
I'm not watching it. I watched it for a little bit, but then they were fast talkers on the show, and like at no point did anybody say, "What did you just say?" And I was like, "This isn't realistic." No one's saying, "Can you say that again?" But they were just everybody was everybody was super clever. I was like, I have a group of friends, and there's at least a handful that have no idea what anybody's saying. And I was like, this is too much, so couldn't do it.
that. Always does take me out of it when everybody's got the perfect witty retort.
Exactly.
I'm like nobody flubbed a word. And you know what they never do on TV?
Tell me.
They never do the thing where somebody says the word, like they call you Tina instead of Dina on accident, and then the friends jump on top of them for that. They don't let them get by with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I went to the store today to buy some mech, and they're like, "What's mech? Don't you mean milk, you idiot?" But nobody ever has a misspeak on TV. Everybody just has perfect diction, and they say the words correctly the first time.
Yeah. No, for sure. Did you start watching the new? It's Adolescence. Did you watch Adolescence?
Mm-mm. Last thing I was on was I'm finishing Righteous Gemstones tonight and White Lotus, which was I don't know if you've seen this season, but
I saw the first two. I didn't see this one yet.
this
But
one takes an odd turn.
It's good.
It's good. It's just Arnold Schwarzenegger's kid gets a little wild in there.
All right. Okay. All right. Who coined the term momager?
Momager?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to pretend I know what the word means for this question.
It's a mom who is your manager. It's a momager.
Momager. That sounds like a Tina Fey thing to do.
No, come on, think about it.
Momager?
Momager. The OG momager. Managed her kids into being so famous.
Oh, one of the Kardashians? Or what's her name?
I think it's Kris Kardashian. Yeah, let me see. 19. Yep, Kris Jenner.
Kris Jenner, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I got to start watching more mom-centric TV shows.
I was going to say, we're not doing very well on this one. Who is the iconic woman who is the mother of Zoe Kravitz? You're too young.
I know Lenny, and he looks incredible for his age, too.
He does. I think you're too young. How old are you, Travis?
I'm 34.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old I am.
Yeah. You, it's from, I can see your face. Now I forgot. She was on, she was the oldest sibling on The Cosby Show. Lisa Bonet.
Oh, I would have never, not in a million years. If you would have put a gun to my head, I would have just been like, you're going to have to pull the trigger, dude.
Mm-hmm. What is the record for the most children a woman has had?
I've got some relatives that are probably putting up like ridiculous numbers.
I was going to say, well, the Duggars, they had like 27 or something.
The record. I feel like it's gonna be like it's not gonna be too crazy. Like maybe 27. Let's go 31.
Yeah,
Let's
I
go.
think it's in the 30s. Well, you figure if a woman starts having babies at 18,
And she can go to 74.
right? She can go to 74 now, apparently, is on the table. I'm going to say 35. What'd you say, 31?
31. Because at some point you got to give yourself a break. Come on.
You would think so. Hold on. 31.
I don't like that look.
We didn't account for twins and triplets. That's the only way this number makes sense.
They just had a bunch of octomoms or something.
You're not ready. The number is 69.
Even with twins and triplets, it's just like this lady just spent her life. What is she, a pit bull?
just like a cow. Cows probably have one. Like litters. You had to have litters.
Litters of kids.
Litters.
Like a pit bull, but not puppies.
Would you even remember all their names?
No chance.
I have 5 friends, and I barely keep in touch.
And you got to think, like, there'd be so many. That'd be like 3 or 4 different generations of kids, or 5 generations of kids. So you'd have like some kids that were effectively old enough to be the other kids' grandparents, and their siblings.
You don't have kids yet, right?
Nope.
No.
I've been able to dodge that bullet.
Like what the lady parts can do and go back to, but 69 times just back like a rubber. No.
My grandparents like had 7 kids each, and I thought that was getting it.
Yeah.
69.
That makes my lower parts hurt. Okay, here we go.
Goodness gracious.
All right. Do
we have the I'm sorry, this is a little off topic. Do they have the nationality of who that lady was?
No.
I'd like to know what country is getting it on like that.
I don't think it's the country, unless she's single-handedly creating all the people for that country. That's what I think.
Oh, what are the chances that it's the same father? Probably pretty low, right?
No, because men are
That's true.
fertile myrtles forever. Didn't you ever hear those stories where like there's I don't know if you know this, Travis, but the divorce rate when I was younger was 50%, right? Like 50% of marriage is going to fall apart, right? Well, now the number has actually gone down. Now the number is like 40%, which is good for the general population. However, the instance of gray divorce has increased 3 times since 1990. It's tripled. And gray divorce is women who are divorcing over 50. And they're saying that more women are doing this because they're more educated, they're more financially secure. They're just like, well, I'm out. I don't need this, whatever. And so, why did I tell you this story? What were we talking
about how fertile we are.
Fertile myrtles. So now a bunch of ladies who are 50 are like, I'm going to go live my life, right? They go out and they're in menopause. So they're not, hopefully they're not going to get pregnant. But the men are all dating 30-year-olds who are fertile myrtles. And they're just as fertile. And they're all starting maybe again.
I think Picasso had babies up until his 90s.
What I mean. You got to watch out for that.
Yeah, I watch out. I should just like go get like but I'm keeping it. I don't know.
I was going to say,
afraid that I'm going to wake up.
For you. Yeah, that's early.
I'm afraid I'm going to wake up one day and my wife's going to be like, hey, we should have kids. And I'm just going to well, I already did the thing.
yeah. Don't do the thing. Don't do the thing too young.
But no, we both grew up poor, so we finally have money, so we don't want to go back to being poor. We're just like, we're enjoying the money and the traveling.
Yeah, no, for sure. Kids will definitely make you poor. How many months are elephants pregnant for?
60.
5 years?
Oh, wait, no, 48.
That's a car payment. You bought a car. It can't be that.
Gestation period in the animal kingdom. I think it's 4 years. It might be crazy. It might be 2 years, but I think it's 4.
Humans are 9 months, really 10. No, it couldn't be. I'm going to say elephants are big. I'm going to say 3 years tops. And if it's more than that, I'm out. Not that I was in. I wasn't.
No longer going to have sex with
I
an
don't know
elephant
why I
if it's
said
on-
that. I was out just from the beginning. But all right, let's see. Where was it? How many months? Number 44. Hold on. 22.
Damn
It's
it! I was
March.
so far off.
Just see, and I'm in again. So
Nice.
yeah, so 24 months was the limit. It's 22 months. All right, here we
Yeah,
go.
I was way off on that one.
Yeah, no,
I
that's
sounded confident though. I even got you to go with me.
yeah. I mean, if it's 5 years, that baby better come out doing accounting or something. I'd be like,
No, no
listen,
kidding.
pull your weight around here. That's not okay.
Still, 22 months. That's a long time.
It is a long time, but they do come out as giant elephants. All right. What is the name of Mrs. Incredible? I should know this. I loved this movie.
I like how they designed her character too. Like that's been a meme for years because they made her like a curvier. I was like, oh, finally, let's see. She was Mrs. Incredible. Was she stretchy? Rubber girl? Elastigirl?
Yeah, but I what's the name of Mrs. Incredible? Elastigirl, but I thought they wanted like Carol. I thought they wanted
right.
a real
Carol
name.
Incredible.
I don't know,
I have
but
no
she
idea
was
what her name is.
Elastigirl for sure. Let's see what it says.
Hopefully they'll give us that.
Helen Parr.
Ugh. These are some very tough questions.
The actress's name? Because no, that wasn't the actress. The actress was the lady with the great list. Well, it's not a list, but she has a real specific. Who's the actress that plays the voice?
That's kicking out of my coverage right there.
Yeah, you wouldn't know her, but she was Holly Hunter. Thank you, Tracy.
Oh, I do know Holly Hunter.
Holly Hunter. It's not a list, but she has a real specific.
Like tight jaw, like she's from Texas without the twang.
Yes. Yeah. No.
Texas.
Yeah. Her undercover name, Helen Parr. All right. Last question. Here we go, Travis, because I know you got to wrap up. What is the name of Simba's mother in The Lion King?
Oh my God.
I
didn't know Simba had a mother.
I was going to say, I don't know. I thought
hooked up
she
with
died
Nala.
like Bambi's mom. I don't know. I thought you were young.
Scar
This.
and Nala and I have no idea.
Mufasa is the dad, right?
Mufasa's the dad, Scar's the uncle, Nala's the love interest.
Wow.
And what in the world is the mom? I don't even remember her being in the movie. Of course, I haven't watched it since I was 5. So
Yeah. Everybody says it's Nala.
Nala's the mom?
Wait, no. Some people are changing their minds. Sarabi?
Sarabi sounds good.
Rano? Sarabi, Nala. And everybody, no one seems to agree. So we're
It's
not.
definitely not Nala because there was a rolling around love scene where she goes, pinned you again. And as a 5-year-old boy, I was just like, I want to get pinned by a They made the character say it so cute.
That's so funny.
That's got to be Nala. Otherwise, like I'm having one of those, what do they call it? Not the
Nala
Mandalorian
is-
effect.
They said Nala is Simba's girlfriend. The mom was Sarabi.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
But I'm going to change my answer to Sarabi.
There you go. So listen, Travis, you're adorable. It was such a pleasure hanging out with you tonight.
This is a ton of fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I look forward to meeting your wife and seeing what she's like after spending an hour with you. She must be just as fun. I love your love story. Your love story is fabulous. Now, will you be anywhere where people can find you before we head out to Vail in a couple weeks?
I just ended my big festival run, so I've been all over. So I'm taking a little bit of a break. I'll be at the Wallace Theater in Johnson City, Tennessee, and Blue Ridge Comedy Club in Bristol coming up. You can check that out on my Instagram. And I'm doing just a couple local shows, and then we're going to get geared back up to start getting after it. But going to take a few weeks off.
All right, good. So you can find Travis at travisstevenson.com. And what's your Instagram handle?
It's just Trav_Stevenson for all the social media.
There you go. There you go. So do yourself a favor. And if you love Travis tonight, and just his stories are hilarious. So imagine what a stand-up is like. You're going to love him. And if you get a chance, get your tickets for the Vail Comedy Festival. You can come see us and all the other lovely people that we've been introducing you to. But thanks so much, Travis. It was such a pleasure.
Thank you. Have a good one.
In a couple of weeks. Bye-bye. Oh my gosh, he's adorable. That's Travis. Who doesn't love him? So make sure you follow him on the Insta and check out when he's going to be in your area soon, and go and support. I think the best thing about these festivals is that you get to meet some super lovely people and hear their stories of how they got started and where they're from, and just getting to hear everybody's point of view, I think is so fun. And such a nice collection of different comics of different ages. And we have the young people and the old people like myself and the doctor. I think the doctor and I are the oldest people so far. And women's voices and men's voices and all of the things in between. So it's gonna be great. So I think they just added a movie screening as well to the festival. So it's super fun. So that was a lot of fun. And thanks again to Michelle. I believe we have guests all morning this week. So we have some more people tomorrow. I know, Lisa, it's great. It's great to be able to meet everybody ahead of time. So hopefully when I get there, I'll be like, oh, I remember you. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get everybody confused. I'll probably go up to Travis and be like, tell me more about monkeys. And he's going to be like, I didn't really tell me. I'll probably go up to like, who was it? Katie. I'll be like, tell me about when your pants were down. She'll be like, not me. Still different comic. You're just getting us all confused. I'm like, sorry. I know, Tracy. I think I am. I'm going to be the mum to everybody there. Well, I'm 72. So that was hilarious. I was like, I was born in 72. Okay. All right. He was like, you look great. And should have just said, thank you. It's just all the working out that Tina and I have been doing. So yeah. It's going to be hilarious, but it's nice. It's nice to hear like, who is everybody bringing? Because I will be kind of on my own. I'm going to have to be a tag along for pretty much everybody. So Malinay, I am a real looker for 72. Today, I got 88 pounds on this lat pull down bar. Andrea saw it. I was like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do 88 pounds. It's the most I've ever done. And I could do 130 pounds on my legs. I'm so excited. I'm going to try to hit 100 of the lat pull down. And I was telling Jason, I said, Jason, I'm going to try to get to 100 where you pull down, right? And he was like, Dina, that'll be great. Then you can definitely do a pull-up. And I go, what? He goes, a pull-up. I mean, if you're pulling that much weight down, then you should be able to do a pull-up. And I was like, I don't think so. He goes, Dina, think about it. If you can pull down 100, what are you, like 112 pounds? I said, Jason, you so stupid. If he actually knew how much I'd have to pull down, he'd be like, yeah, I don't think you're going to be able to pull that down. So, yeah. He did accept the fact that I was 72 pretty quickly. He was like, you look great. So a little too quick is how I looked at it. I know, Shakendra. I was like, no, my goal was never to do a pull-up. So it was not on my agenda at all. But yeah, sure. I guess I could. Are you going to be on that podcast show? I hope so, on Katie and Sarah's show. They'll be podcasting, I think, throughout that weekend. So that'll be nice to be on somebody else's podcast. So that should be a lot of fun. I'll let you know if I am, and then you go watch it. I know. I do want to meet his wife. I love that his wife was just like, I just followed you because your pants were falling down. That's love. I'm going to tell Jason, I'll be like, listen, if I'm ever about to pass out and I make a run for the bathroom, please make sure that my pants don't come off. I can do a pull-up, but I will also pull a muscle in my neck and shoulders. Yeah, no, I don't know. I feel like I could probably do like 120 pounds and I still wouldn't be able to pull myself up. I don't know. No, Jason is not going to Vail. It's just me, myself, and I. Exactly. As long as they don't ask real questions. I'd be like, do you think that maybe you'll talk about smoothies at any point of this show? Because I can really talk about that. It was an awesome Tipsy Tuesday. So many thanks to Michelle for putting together all of our great guests. And yeah. I know, an assisted pull-up. I couldn't do a pull-up in high school. I don't think it's going to happen now. Yeah, no. It's just too much. My body's going to be like, girl, stop it. I did give Diana some weights today. So here's Diana. So she's just doing this, but nothing in her arms. I said, you put weights in your hands. And she goes, well, I don't want to make it too crazy. I said, you're just doing this with your arm. And she was like, I can't do 10 pounds. I go, let's put a pencil in each hand and let's see how you do. And she's like, oh, I could do a pencil. It's just so funny. And I reminded him Mother's Day is Sunday. Maybe I should text him later this week and be like, don't forget, you need to go buy a skeleton head for your mom for this weekend. His mom sounds fantastic, by the way. Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, my stomach was not okay, but I don't think it was the smoothie. I just think, I'm in PMS range. It's like the week before, you know what I'm saying? Where you're just like, I'm fat, I'm bloated, everybody hates me, and you cry and you just feel sick. I didn't eat all day. I had soup. That was it. Yeah. So it was not my favorite day. I just there's a blanket here. I basically, as soon as the show was over, I just laid on the couch with a blanket. And then eventually I got my body up to go to the gym, and then I came back and took a shower and passed out again. Mm-hmm. I know. That would be great if we all just go to his mom's store. So we'll say. I still have PMS. Yeah. So because I was young, no one says that. But in menopause terms, I was 50 when I started on my hormone replacement. And I started getting my period, but like pretty regularly, like throughout the month. And she was like, well, that's because you're too young for hormones, even though you've hit menopause. Your body is still young. She goes, most women don't start HRT until they're 52. So she said, probably in 2 or 3 years, you'll start to notice your periods will get shorter and shorter. But yeah, no, the amount of pain I was in, I was like, this is so unnecessary for 72 years old. So it was just not my favorite day. I know, Nicole. That's why I was like, I put my little jumper on and I was like, I'm going to be going to bed. I'm going to make Jason rub my belly and then I'm going to bed. Tracy, did you start HRT at all? So we'll see. So tomorrow I'm just going to chill out a bit, work on some things around here and get some work done. So, and I didn't fall. I still was cracking up with Missy today. I was like, what were you doing when I texted you and said, did you fall? And you heard her this morning. She was like, I had literally just taken an edible and it was her first time because of all of her kind of cancer journey. I'm sure she'll talk about it in her book. But I just texted her. She goes, I literally had taken my first gummy ever, and I get a text from you. Did you fall? And I was like, oh my God, did I fall? Did I just not remember? Just it's so funny. So yeah, just never know. You never know how the night's going to turn out. Oh, Sharon, I'm sorry to hear it. I had an ablation at 56. Period never came back. No menopause. Oh. Booby, come here. Mm-hmm. Come here, boob. No. They're so funny. Shikendra. Mm-hmm. Come here. Are you okay? All right, I gotta go. So thanks to everybody for being here and for making Tuesday feel a little bit better. I hope you had a laugh. You had to laugh during Travis's airplane conversation because it was hilarious. So hopefully, I know, and the lights are on out back. They're on a timer. They're little cafe lights, and eventually you'll see some flowers above this window when they all start to come in. So it'll be lovely. Oh, Kathy, I'm sorry to hear that. What was his last name? It's Travis Stevenson. So make sure you check him out, travisstevenson.com. So thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for watching. Looking forward to seeing you tomorrow morning for some more comedians. Have a great night. Blessed night. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, wait, what did you say, Michelle? Oh, magic. Tomorrow there's magic. And I wish you could see what Michelle's doing to make sure. She was like this. and that's I don't know why she thinks that's magic, but I did pick it up. So that's tomorrow. All right. I'll see you guys later. Have a good night. Bye bye.